Oh, let's get some sunshine in, shall we? Shall we? Who's ready for some boom, baby? Boom! Punch your life in the face. Rise and shine. It's your morning marijuana motivation time. Your host with the most is Mark Saint. This is Saints Addiction, the LVOG, mostly Saints. I be representing every morning, reach, preach, and teach. That's my phrase. We're remaking the design. The ideas and the concepts keep coming out, but this morning we're going to talk about secret contracts, silent contracts, actually. The little silent contracts we make in our minds and we don't want anybody to find and we don't want anybody else to know about, but we keep repeating them to ourselves, making sure that's the same bottom line. And that's why we're at our bottom, and that's the finish line that I wanted you to smell this morning. Marijuana motivation, leg out, Saints Addiction. We in one, motivated juice. The juice is worth the squeeze. Let's go. So yeah, a silent contract you make with yourself, it's really subtle. Is that a plastic pocket challenge over there? Is that a plastic pocket challenge over there? I'm gonna go get it, and then we're gonna smoke some weed, and we're gonna talk about, come on, these silent contracts we play in our own minds because they're killing us. You made a contract with your soul, with your conscious, with your feelings, and you'll go into it. Oh shit, it's trying to catch up. We got to catch this plastic. And we go into this world assuming that people are being forthright with us. You know, like, are you telling me everything? You would talk to a child, right? Is that all I need to know? What's that? Timmy's in the well, lassie? And the truth of it is that we're not exactly honest with ourselves. We're covered in hypocrisy. Human beings are made to be a plus and minus. It's not like our halos don't have horns. And unfortunately, or fortunately for us, the human or the being or the mammal that goes through this experience called life, we're gonna find that we trump ourselves, we trick others, and we don't live in harmony with what we believe. And this is what really makes it mostly Saints and Saints Addiction, and having a conflict of everything like this plastic, not being able to control the things that we deem important to us. Yeah, I got it. I tracked it down and I got it. Mm-hmm. Plastic pocket challenge. Oh, it went underneath. I almost had it. There we go. Gotcha. Let's clean up after ourselves, shall we, people? This shouldn't be in the air. It should be in the trash. So, silent contracts are killing us, bro. We sign them on the dotted line, something like going to work. I was watching a guy. He was like, motherfucker. And the girlfriend was in bed and she was like, she was flipping him off. And then she went to pretend to bed and then she got back up. When you go to support someone else and you have to get up uncomfortably 5, 6, 7 a.m., sometimes earlier than that. And the balance is not on track, right? Motherfuckers ain't in on that. What up, Steve? Morning, sunshine, high with the GH, baby. That's it, bro. We high with the GH. And I'm about to smoke some real quick with you, actually. But I wanted a plastic pocket challenge. But the trade-offs between human beings, right? We will do things out of emotional stability. These silent contracts that we say, don't worry, coffee, I don't mind you staining my teeth as long as I have stability or my mental stability. Same with I do with weed. I don't mind that you make me cough or that I put tobacco in there with it. As long as it eases my mind, I'm okay with it. It's a finishing of the sentence. We talked about it earlier this week, but most people ain't trying to finish their sentences. They don't have the big boy words or big girl words to say what is really going on. There we go, trash. Plastic pocket challenge. And that's the issue, is like, if you had real conversations with yourself, where the fuck's all this tissue coming from? Right? If you had real conversations with yourself and you were really honest with yourself, this is where this stuff comes to light. You know, when we have conversations that have real depth to them, not just some superficial shit like, oh, what do I want to eat today? You know what I mean? Like, that's basic shit. This is even a silent contract too. It's funny when you go to eat something, right? Usually, and what Homeboy say, he was saying, I just find myself in the refrigerator. It's not a conscious decision. I didn't sit there and go, oh yeah, this will be happening and this will be happening. Look at this dude. This is a dad that's happening. His kid's chilling around, but I see trash on the ground. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Be an example, homie. Lead by example. But, you know, I don't have kids, so I can't speak on it. But if I was there, I would be picking up my trash too. Get this. 1, 2, trash. No, just staring on the phone. Yeah, okay. Well, not leading by example, I guess. You know, and it's harder than anything. It would be, our stress would be like, well, at least I show up in the morning. That'll be enough. And be like, it's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough for us to just keep going down the same path and getting the same results. You have to ask your questions. What's the contract say? What's the fine line say? Well, the fine line says something to the effect of, I don't have any more vacations because I sacrificed the wealth and health of happiness of my family. And the one lady I was watching her, is not Sarah Palin, it's Sarah Payne or something like that. She does a lot of online geopolitical rants and stuff like that. Not rants, but she's really smart. And it's breaking down Mao and all these other things and how China killed 65 million of their own people. Anyway, point being is looking at people's psychology and her talking about the psychology of millions of people, billions of people. And then she said, and then I stopped to have children because I had to raise 2 little people. And that's our perspective change. It's like, here's somebody that studies over 1 billion people, almost 2 billion people, their culture, how their revolution started, why it happened, and then no more going to Russia, no more going to China, no more reading their archives. You got to go have children, and everything stops, right? There's a silent contract there that says you get to have an education till you have children. Pass the pocket challenge, y'all. And that's what we do. We have little secret conversations like, oh, I'm going to date, secret contract, I'm going to date a really bad, big, burly motorcycle gang member because I don't feel, to finish the sentence, because I don't feel safe enough to trust myself around a weak man, or that I won't feel protected. And then I'm afraid that my father will reincarnate himself into my new boyfriend and abuse me like my dad. I need the familiarity. And that's a hard conversation to have. Me too. I had a dream last night and my ex was in it, and I was just like, what is my consciousness trying to tell me? You know, maybe I didn't make the right decision as I outed myself. I was like, I was dating someone, stopped dating her to redate the girl I was dating before because I thought I was making a better decision. Now I'm not dating anyone, and it looked like from far enough that I was using the other girl to get over the other girl. I was just like switching girls, like you can switch panties, and some girls do that. They switch guys as soon as the alpha changes. I'm watching Jurassic Park, the Jurassic World, the last one, Chris Pratt and all of them, and you know, they're making the velociraptors, and he makes a comment when one of the, it's not a T-Rex, it's like a mixture. They mix the DNA of the T-Rex with the other guy. You know what I'm talking about. You watched the movie. Anyway, my point being is, he said, Raptors got a new alpha, boys. Like that, like Raptors got a new alpha, boys. You know what I mean? It was just one of those things. That's a pocket challenge where, yeah, as soon as the bigger lizard showed up, everybody switched alpha. It was no more, oh, Chris Pratt, you used to feed us by hand. All that shit went right out the window, and it was like, hey, this one's the new leader, boys. Bigger, stronger, more authoritative. You do these silent contracts with people, and you might not even know it. You start following them. You know, the other day I was in there and the girl just started following me like a quail. It was very interesting. I was like, this is a different type of process than I'm used to. You know, usually it's like you want to be trusting and knowing and then follow. We'll start following without even knowing. It's happened to me in Disneyland when I was a kid. I was 10 years old and I was following the lady that I thought was my mom. And it wasn't my mom. And I ended up getting lost in Disneyland for like several hours, and I went out to the car, and then anyway, everybody was inside looking for me in Disneyland, and I'm outside in the car waiting for them, just sitting. Long story short, I saw my brother through the gate, and they found me, and I pretty much ruined the day. But you know, we as people, we do some blind following. This is some shit that I have to mention because you're like, Oh, my hand's already on the carton of cigarettes, and I already counted out the $7.80. Silent contract in my head was like, I know what I want, I know how to get it, and I'm gonna be damned if somebody gets in the middle of it. This is the silent contract. This is the stuff that you got to break or be aware of, or mention it. Even to mention it, it's like hush, 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 faceless porn. Don't mention your other side, dude. Don't mention that you got halos. No, just horns. I mean, just halo. Oops, you know what I mean? Like, I'm looking at people making decisions that are completely out of trajectory. They're doing things following emotions that were completely out of trajectory. So now their outcome is completely out of trajectory, and they didn't even know it. Again, you find yourself in the middle of the 7-Eleven looking around. How did I even get the keys? How did I even get clothes on? And how did I even drive here? Are all subconscious versus I just need to get to the tobacco, to the cocaine. Joey Diaz is famous for saying that all I needed to know was that there was an ounce of blow. I didn't even need to do it. I just needed to have it. And that's what we do. We have a silent contract that goes, as long as I got a blunt. And here's the thing with blunts, they go out and then you need another blunt after it. It's like a cigarette. It's like, I just need this one. Well, maybe another one. Well, maybe another one. And now you're in addiction. Now you're in the cycle of perpetuity for us to constantly reinforce the same behavior without even knowing. And this is a scary silent contract that we didn't even know that something took over our physical bodies. Literally, I would take the cigarette and I was just like, oh my God, like this thing was fighting me, bro. I was like, what the fuck, man? I'm supposed to have control over my hand. No, like, you know what I mean? Like really bad. And I was shocked by the amount of force that was forced against my own hand, my own body, my own mind. It was going against me. And I was just shocked by my behavior, bro. And in that, I'm going to smoke some tobacco and smoke a little blunt just because it's triggering me. And this is a trigger warning that most of our triggers are silent. They're not going to let you know what's happening. You're just going to find yourself booty butt naked doing something. And you'll be like, what? Yeah, your boy RFK, he was like, man, I never did acid before. And the first night I did acid, I ended up finding the kids in the forest and they were doing speed. And I was hooked ever since. I was full on addicted to heroin within 3 weeks. That's one of our senators, by the way. But you know what I mean? Like, we don't know. We don't know what our brains are going to do under the influences. But most of us, just like my boy Steve said the other day, you're absolutely right. My daughter saved me. I would have been off to the right to the sun. Come on, let's blast off. We're gonna take it to the moon, take it to the stars. You know, whenever we go, we going this far. Lyrics on shirts, bro. There's so many charts. Gotta take the shit to Mars. And some of us, we play it that way. Trust and believe that. We don't want anybody to tell us what to do, including ourselves. Here's the silent contract. We trump ourselves. We go and say, yeah, man, how many of us say we're going to lose weight? How many of us say we're going to save money? How many of us are on I want to do better? And then you look at a yin and yang pie chart, black and white, just like me. Black and white, just like me. Black and white, just like me, baby. That there was another side to this. These little horns started to grow out of the halo, homie. It started to sprout that I would be like, why don't you just stay inside and masturbate? Who said that? You know all you want to do is fuck all day. What? Who in the horns? What in the faceless porn? What is going on with my alter ego? What is going on with this shadow self? What's going on with my subconscious? And then it's like, there's desires, bro. Whether you like it or not, our systems are plagued with desires. You know what I mean? We're like under a chemical warfare of either we're going to pump ourselves full of it or we're going to seek it. And there's a silent contract in there where you're pretending like that's not your goal. But I don't give a fuck who you are. These is the way we are made. To get us to be able to procreate and to eat and to function as a human being, you will have impulses. Oh, man, I'm hungry. Could you imagine if your hunger wasn't some pain? You would just go on and then you would die. It needs to let you know that you need fuel. It needs to let you know that you need sex. It needs to let you know that you need love. but we seek it in different ways, right? Like, oh man, I woke up this morning, I'm all alone in the bed. Click, let me get some oxytocin and feel close to my friends. Basically, every human being does this. They tracked it. All the underground cables, right? All the information and the data that we share, guess what we do most? We call each other. Yeah. How are the kids? How's the job? How's the life? And we process all this data, but we're really processing chemicals. We're waking our brain up. Some people need caffeine to make it happen. That's an addiction as well. You know what I mean? It just comes into us and it goes, you aren't going to be normal. Silent contract. You're not going to be normal till you have me. Your ego will tell you that. The chemicals and the substances and the drugs will tell you that. And your fears and your excuses will tell you that. This is why it's a silent contract. You've made a full-on commitment to it, but you didn't make a decision to it. This is why addiction is so prevalent. This is why it keeps happening to all of us, because all of us have desires, man. And all of us are clever monkeys figuring out a way to get it. What did the one girl say? You want to get a guy to buy you a drink? Tell him he doesn't have any money, hit his insecurity, and watch him try to prove himself to you through his wallet. Right, bro. How many dudes are doing that? There's no game in flying hoes out, bro. The girls got to fly themselves out, man. Come on, that ain't pimping. Look at your boy, A$AP Rocky. He's like, man, I'm handsome. Married to a billionaire named Rihanna, bro. Bopping babies out of it. Shooting up the club. You don't have to pay for love. Most people are like, oh no, I can't have a girlfriend. I don't have a job. It's like some people just want somebody to be next to, somebody they can trust, somebody they can love and have enough space to grow with. All plants, animals act this way. You need light, you need love, you need water, and I'm gonna need some water. Let me go get my water. And you're gonna need some space so you can grow. And this is what it takes for all of us to grow. Everything from these fucking plants right here, these little shrubs, this little grass, to you, the blades in the universe. All of us have to need these certain things, and we seek it. You don't know this about me. I think Steve's still watching, right? Bro, when I was in Thailand, about 7 a.m. every morning, the monkeys would come through my bungalow. It's a trip. All of a sudden you hear, boom. Like a 50-pound animal just boom on the top of the roof. And it's almost like that boom, like a T-Rex stomping. And you're just like, it wakes you out of your slumber. And then 4 or 5 monkeys are reaching in, trying to grab things and being outside and eating the fruit they're not supposed to eat, the durian. And, you know, I'm trying to, like, I got rocks ready. I got a water gun. I got everything to keep these guys from breaking my shit, and they still do. Right? Getting in them all my snacks. Right? They found a way. As 50 of them come through the jungle, they know which where the fruit trees are, what your bungalow. They got it mapped, bro. And these are monkeys, clever monkeys. So if we're the bigger brain, don't you think we're as clever to do this thing? Don't you think it's as clever as a benefit for like a beautiful woman to come to Las Vegas and make about like 10 grand, 5 grand in the weekend and then go back to wherever the fuck she came from? That's why I tell people we got the most beautiful women in the world, because they're coming here. They're coming here. They're going to New York. They're going to Miami because that's where the money's at. Clever monkey. Look at where the tree is, right? And all of us make these little, shh, don't tell anybody, but, you know, oh, I'll bet you I'll be happier as soon as I make more money. You know, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go bang this dude in Miami. Then I'm going to get a Brazilian butt lift. Then I'm going to get all the men. Then I'm going to go back to the strip club, you know, finish the sentence. And then I'm going to make even more money. And then what? Now you got plastic in your butt. Now you got people that only fake love. And now it's just lust. And now you're stuck with a bubble butt when you're 50, 60, when it starts drooping down into your hamstrings. Nobody finishes the sentence. They all just do a shallow dive into their consciousness and say, I only want this much out of my life. And that's all you'll get. That's your glass ceiling. You won't get to go higher than that. You told yourself, and you didn't know it, silent contract, but that negative self-talk, the ants, the, oh no, I can't make that work, or, you know, oh, I don't have any money, or I'm powerless to food, like my friend once said. You know, keep telling yourself that. You'll lose. You know, watching that movie back, they were just talking about Gilbert Grape and how much Leonardo DiCaprio, and I didn't even know that your boy was in it too. What's his name? Pirates of the Caribbean, Johnny Depp, right? They're in this movie and they love their mama. But behind the scenes, this lady had left her house in about 4 years. She was 400 pounds. She's now in front of the world, you know, and they needed to record her going upstairs. She was having a battle going upstairs. The truth is, she could only get up 3 flights or 3 steps, 3 or 4 steps at 400 pounds. They had to re-loop it to make it look like she went upstairs. She didn't go upstairs. The actual woman in Gilbert Grape did not make it upstairs, bro. There's a lot of people that don't make it upstairs to their consciousness. We just go on to our basic guttural instinct. And what was they were saying on HOMAth? One of my favorite sayings that I heard today was that, humans have this great capacity to be incredible and yet destructive at the same time. Each one of us is dichotomous in that. They were just going like, look at your boy Hitler. He was abused as a child. He's not a soft man. You know what I mean? You thought he was going to have tender love and mercy? What's that Sarah chick say? Hell no. And neither was Mao. Mao was beaten too, and so was Stalin. And all these guys had such a horrible upbringing. By the time they were in power, guess who had no empathy? Complete psychopaths, man. And they're out there, all of them. Narcissists, psychopaths, degenerates. We all have silent contracts above our heads that you can't see. And this is why Saints Addiction was going to be about honesty. It was like, I'm honestly flawed, man. You know what I mean? Oh, my faceless porn. I'm going to make it more consensual. I'm going to have more contracts. I'm going to make sure that these people had IDs and are of age, unlike Pornhub, who had to delete megabytes, trillions of gigabytes of data because they weren't checking anything. They weren't checking if it was old enough, if it was consensual enough. No, they went to the dark side and just wanted to make a buck. This is why they're going to take a dive, bro, and they are taking a dive, and there's over 300 people that are suing them and didn't give their permission and all these other things. You didn't do it right. And this is what ends up happening. We don't do communism right. You call it a revolution. It's more like dig your own pit, dig your own grave, and you get shot in it. Lots of silent contracts, lots of I don't want to talk about it, lots of genocide and horrendous events and even war crimes. And it was just like silent contract. It's war, right? You know what I mean? It's like a great way to pacify our brains. And that's what we do. We are so clever. We out-clevered ourselves. So as long as the excuse rationalizes inside of us, it gets a pass. That's right. Oh, it's Mao. He did such a great job of the revolution and everybody was starving, the peasantry. And it's like he killed 60 million of his own people, bro. Like, you don't beat that. Plastic Pocket Challenge. How do you beat that, bro? You don't. You know what I mean? Like, it's the number one. It's more than World War I, World War II, and the Vietnam War combined. The death toll is just ridiculous. And we do this. We do these under ideology, theology, and political. We'll go under some idea. The silent contract, it can be so strong. You know what I mean? That's why the pen is mightier than the sword, is because like propaganda works, and so do cover-ups, and so do redactions and all that other shit. You never get down to the real truth. The truth is that a lot of your heroes are zeros. You don't want to know it. They say you don't want to meet your hero. It's true. John F. Kennedy's such the man. All right, well, fuck, dude. He probably wouldn't have got shot twice if he didn't have a fucking, what do you call that? A corset on. And he would sleep with Marilyn Monroe and cheat on his wife all the fucking time. These are our heroes. Same with Martin Luther King. Same with Gandhi. Same with Chairman Mao. Same with all these people in position. Same with Trump. Like, he got spanked with a newspaper in front of the world and nobody even batted an eye. It's like a blowjob from fucking Clinton, bro. You know, Monica Lewinsky is world famous from fucking giving some head, giving some head. And it was like, there it is, bro. That's all of us. You want them to be so perfect, but they're flawed like you. Honestly flawed, you know? And your halo has horns too. I got news for you, bro. And all these little silent contracts that you make with yourself will come to a head eventually. You can try to run, but you can't hide from yourself. You can't hide from your consequences. You can excuse them. You know, you can frame them and put them in your mind and go, well, you know, it wouldn't have been that bad if I didn't do this and blah, blah, blah. Go ahead. Make it, paint pictures, bro. But I'm telling you, this isn't just your memory museum. This is your fucking life, bro. And the moment you make decisions like, this is my decision for my life, not for my habit, not for my want, but from a genuine need to be a human being. That's when it kicks in. That's when morality kicks in. That's when our focus kicks in. And that's when our discipline kicks in, because we know we can't trust ourselves to our own devices. You know, we all know people that were really fat and then worked out, or we know people that work out and then got fat. You know, that's it. I'm telling you, man, they fight right over me every day. And I have to fight inside myself every day. You know, they might call it a demon, they might call it an addiction, they might call it urges, whatever the fuck you want, to be like, okay, bro, how about you go get a walk on, bro? How about you go outside this morning instead of staying inside? You know, I know it's warm in your bed, I know it's comfortable, but there's a whole nother world out there that's nice and warm and has another attitude and it has another outcome. We don't rise to that. We get to self-sabotage. We'll get stagnant, and then we'll just satiate ourselves, and we're just like, oh, I'm just gonna sit here and Netflix and chill. I'm like, bitch, that's what they want. That's exactly what the fuck they want. They want you to just sit there and chill the fuck out, keep masturbating. Yeah. Keep swallowing them pills. Keep going to work, keep paying those taxes, and stay the same. That's what they want. They want you not to evolve. And I'm over here saying, grow, get into the light, move your ass into the light, and slowly but surely you will grow. Just like these plants, just like the insects, just like us. We're on a path, all of us. And how it goes just depends on us, dude. It's how we play it. And I think we've been playing it with the silent contract every other day. Let me get this going. Don't forget Roken Vapes. Mention Saints Addiction for 15% off. Almost didn't do this last show, but we're gonna smoke. Cartridges sold separately. Telegram Saints Addiction. That's tasty. Very tasty. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna blaze one for the nation. We're gonna have deep conversations, and we're gonna reflect, because life is a fucking mirror. It's not a window. And what you get out of it is what you put into it. And most of us, we're just following along. We're droned out, you know what I mean? We're just zombies, man. I do it too, man. I get on my phone, been watching it too much. Not talking enough, not exercising enough, not enough nature. I mean, it just on and on and on. And next thing I know, if you ask me, I would like to sit all day and just smoke weed, masturbate, and fucking chill. And I love me a fucking chill. I'm like in love with it. So guess what? I find a way to make that happen. And that's when I started to go, oh, make it happen, Captain, which is our new shirt design. I will be releasing that. But no, for real though, to make it happen, all of a sudden you're empowered. I felt that power through my addictions. I felt it compel me, dude. I was like up a fucking 3 flight of stairs real quick. No ladder. I'm up at your window because you're Juliet and you are the sun. Bro, I found a way. And my dad was absolutely right. If it was a hot chick across town, you'd find a way. And I did. No excuses. I was just like, I'll pedal, borrow some money, you know what I mean? It's because I want it bad enough. And if I felt that kind of want from my dreams and my needs, then I would be doing me. That's exactly what this is about, bro. I started doing me, and it's been tremendous, bro. I'm grateful to have this health and my wealth and my happiness all in a combination that's not running out, instead of something that I have to go buy or might cheat on me or give up on me. I'm not trying to do any of those things. I want to live my life in this moment as best as I can with the best brain that I have, with the best, not so emotional, but more decisional, if that's a word. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just do more decisions, make better decisions. Ours is choose better habits is my shirt design. You know, I just wanted to just watch what would happen as an experiment, my life experiment, right? And say, if I tame this beast, this Taurus male, you know, with this horns and power and energy, what would transpire? And that was my dream. That's where it all started to come. I was like, I'm gonna design every day and smoke weed every day and fuck every day and go eat well and go where I want to go and eat what I want to eat and do what I want to fucking do. Sounds good to me. What do I have to do? And I'll do whatever it takes to keep that level of freedom, because that's my homeostasis. That's my new level, and I want you on that level too. So go ahead, bless up. Please look for the nation. Billionaire leaves, banana flavored. I'm telling you, I got all the blessings. So DM me, billionaireblunt.com, and hit me up. Peace and love. And as always, Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever in Phoenix. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. The other side of your fear, the other side of your excuses, and the other side of the world, because that's where I'll be. Peace.